This is one of those questions I get time and time again through the podcast, through people who support the show, sending in emails asking me because they see them all over the place. They see cinematographers with CVs. Do you need a CV? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've never had a single person ask me for a CV, because by the time if they are a cold relationship, they've found you. So they've made it through all of getting your contact information. They've Googled you to see what comes up. Your website comes up. It's got the reel on there, which they watch a little bit of. Then they see the past projects. They might look at a few of the images. Then they go through and get to the email address, right? That's how it goes when you're starting out, when you don't have an agent, when you don't have representation. That's how they're going to find you. So they're not going to go through a CV and look at specific directors, at specific companies. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't have a CV, but you certainly don't need a CV, right? CVs, a lot of the times you'll see as you climb the ranks and you get into the agency world. Well, now you get into the agency world, you have someone pitching you. You have someone going out and saying, you might be a good fit for this job. And they may not be directly selling to a director. They might be selling to a production company, production manager, to pass some names through. And those people might, again, to save time, they might be looking for names of directors they know or names of companies. Maybe it's the same company that you have on your CV. If they're getting sent 10 CVs or 10 options from a cinematography agency, well, then the CV becomes important, right? But only then. It's very far off. I think for building on cold relationships and warm relationships, I think CVs, you are better off spending your time doing something else inside of the business. There's always more that can be done. And CV I would leave to the very bottom of the list. Now, that being said, if you are going to do a CV, there's really there's a few ways that you can go about it. Easiest thing to do is Google some cinematography agencies and look at what they're doing, look at the format they're doing. It's usually broken down into a couple of different areas. So different genres like your narrative, your music video, your commercial. And then inside of those, you're not listing every single job that you've ever worked on. More likely than not, you're listing directors and you're listing production companies and clients, sometimes agencies. But really, those are it. So for the commercial part of it, you're listing the director that you worked with, you're listing the name of the project, and, well, sometimes not even the name of the project because it's not a project-by-project basis. Maybe if you've done something big, you can have some award on there or something and link to the project. But more often than not, it's director, production company, and client. That's it. Okay, so definitely, luckily, not a profession where you need a giant CV, some fantastic looking CV to get work. It's absolutely bottom of the list when it comes to the business side of things.